Good morning, Gran.
Good morning, Natalie. I forgot who you were.
I know, I thought you had. Go for all the grandchildren first,
Yes,
great-grandchildren.
Yes.
So last night we finished talking about your first home together as a married couple.
I shall never forget it. It was, you couldn't buy or rent houses for love nor money after the war, like when we got married. And couples, when they got married, they all just carried on living with their parents. They had one room, and you know, it was really terrible. And of course, obviously, we were looking for somewhere, and we both, my parents had gone out somewhere for the afternoon, and when Frank came home with me from work and have supper together, we'd come home on our bikes from town, and when we went in the house, there was a big note on the table, and it said, "Go to see Mr. Evans, he's got a house for you." We couldn't believe that. I don't know whether we had any supper or not, but just like a couple of kids, because we're only in our early 20s, we were holding hands, but we skipped across the fields to Mr. Evans', farm there, and we skipped along there laughing, we couldn't believe it, and we went to see him, and he said, yes, he said, it's a tied cottage, because they meant you had to work for the farmer who, so that they could keep staff. But he said, the man that's in it now, it's only got one bedroom, he's got 2 or 3 children, and he's going to live, it was once one big house, and they divided it into 2, and he was living in the smaller part. So he said, so Frank said, well, what about the fact that it's a tied cottage? He said, well, if you say you'll work for me, Frank said, I'll do anything for you. He said, I love gardening, I'll do anything I can to help in the farm. He said, I don't need anything doing. But he said, because he was a friend of Grandad's, you see, Mr. Evans was, so he said, here's the key, and you go down and see what you think. He said, it's a terrible state. So when we got down there, but it was dark by then, and when we went in, there was no electricity, they had all been turned off, so it was dark and spooky, and the fireplace had all fallen,